Macarthur. Well, first up, what do you make of them?
Yeah, they're a very good side. They have improved on last season. They've got some really good players in as well. Jermaine up front, which is a French international, is a top quality player, and Lewis from the Wellington Phoenix in the centre of the midfield. So we did our analysis on them, and we've got our game plan, obviously. The main focus is on what we do, and we saw in the cup final that first half was outstanding. That's the football that we want to play, that we've been playing this season, and hopefully we can take that to Macarthur.
How much more confident is the team from making that final?
Yeah, I think the confidence comes out of the football that we've been playing and the way we've been working towards this season, especially in the cup run. But we showed, in Sydney against one of the best teams in the league, that we absolutely were outstanding in that first half and periods of that second half as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't go on with the job. We didn't complain about the referee's decisions. That wasn't a complaint at all, although everyone else did. But we acknowledged it. We moved on and we focused on ourselves and how we could be better with what we did in that second half. And like I said, the confidence is really high in the playing group. Trying conditions here at the training venue as well. And hopefully we can, like I said, go to Macarthur and put on a good performance.
We're going to see a similar sort of lineup from that final?
Yeah, we've got Waddingham, who flew back into Sydney today from Spain. He was away with the young Socceroos. He scored 2 goals in 2 games, and it's outstanding for the young lad. It just goes to show that you put in the hard work and you put in a good environment, and anything can happen. So we've got to assess him when we get to Sydney, and it should be a very similar lineup to that cup final.
There's been a lot made over the last few years about getting a striker from overseas, but we've produced Waddingham. I mean, he's been so good for you.
Yeah, like I said, he's not the only one. There will be a couple of surprises in the squad this week as well. Some more young players coming in and Queenslanders, and I'm extremely proud, I have to say, of the young players coming through. We went and looked at our youth team for a long period of time, and the reserve team under that as well. And we've got 15, 16-year-olds playing, and like I said, there will be a surprise this week coming into the squad, and I'm pretty confident he'll do well.
Ross, no doubt that first half was exceptional the other day. But if you are going to have a look at the negative, that giving up that lead, what do you learn from that? What have you been speaking about through the week?
So on our side, in that second half, there's a couple of factors. Again, no excuses, and I said to the players, no excuses. But we stopped playing. That was one. Our press after about 10 minutes was nowhere near as good as what it was in the first half and the first 10 minutes of the second half. So that affected us as well. We had to make changes, and then we started to play again. But in the end, it just wasn't good enough. So we just need to look to get better on those areas to, especially in that front third, that pressing front third, and even keeping possession when things got tough, because they're at home. The crowd got them into the game. A couple of decisions, a handball. It's a handball. If they didn't get the penalty, we didn't look in trouble at all. Although we weren't playing with the ball as well as we did in the first half. And then people talk about the send-off in that first half. It changes the game. There's a lot of ifs and buts in football. That could have changed the game. A lot of referees have come out and said that was a straight red card. But again, like I said, for the playing group, you can focus on that, or you focus on what we do. And a credit to the players, they all focused on what we can improve on, and they're the areas that we can improve.
A-League's a very different ball game to the Australian Cup, though, isn't it?
Sorry?
The A-League itself is very different to the Australian Cup.
Yeah, it is. But that cup final was something different again, because you're playing at a proper stadium. All the other games that we played at, we're playing at local grounds. You had an outstanding team in Sydney FC. The players that they brought on, Burgess and the Brazilian international up front. That it resembled a finals game in the A-League. So and it was really exciting to be there. like I said, it was disappointing that we didn't get the result. But you know, I'm pretty sure that we made our supporters really proud with the football that we played.
You set goals for the season?
Yep, to improve every single day in training and to improve on every single performance that we have in a game. And the again, I've said this time and time again, that and to the playing group, that we're a process-driven team. The outcome will take care of itself. We just focus on the process, and that's no different to the rest of the season.
What's a pass mark for you this year? What's a pass mark for you this year?
To be the best footballing team in the league, the most exciting and entertaining.
Getting the grand finals back to the top team, I mean, it's pretty huge. There was a lot of outcry last year about it all. You must be pleased with that.
With getting it to the grand final.
Getting the grand finals, you know how they was in Sydney. But
Oh, okay, yeah. You know, it's more for the supporters. You know, we had to go to Sydney because we couldn't play in Brisbane for the Australia Cup final. So you know, it was a great experience. You know, if the finals, I do believe that it should be, you know, we should be our own code, and we've got to stop following other codes. But that's my own. That's me personally. It's not. I don't make the rules. So you know, if hopefully we can do well enough to make finals, and then we'll worry about that then.